Welcome today. We will explore one of the most fascinating and turbulent chapters in Indian history, the age of conflict between 1000 to 1200 CE. This era witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, brutal battles, and significant territorial conquests. Let's dive in. The Ghaznavids, Mahmud's raids. The Ghaznavid dynasty, under Mahmud of Ghazni, initiated one of the first waves of invasions into India. From 1000 to 1025 CE, Mahmud conducted 17 expeditions, targeting wealth-rich temples like Somnath and cities like Mathura. But was Mahmud just a plunderer? No. His ambition extended beyond looting. He aimed to establish Islamic supremacy and secure his western borders. However, his empire never permanently expanded deep into India. The Rajput rulers resisted but were fractured and failed to unite. The Rajput states, strength and division. The Rajputs were valiant warriors who ruled large parts of India during this time. Key states included Chauhans of Ajmer, Solankis of Gujarat, Parmaras of Malwa, and the Pratiharas of Kannauj. But while they were skilled in personal combat and chivalry, their political landscape was marred by rivalry. The lack of unity among Rajput clans created opportunities for external invaders. Each king prioritized their own kingdom, often ignoring the looming Turkish threat. The Turkish conquest of North India, Muhammad Ghori's campaign. Muhammad Ghori, the Ghurid ruler who aimed to establish a permanent foothold in India. Unlike Mahmud of Ghazni, Ghori's ambitions weren't limited to plunder. In 1191, he faced the Rajput king Prithviraj Chauhan in the First Battle of Tarain. The Rajputs, under Prithviraj's leadership, defeated Ghori decisively. But Ghori returned the following year with better strategy and resources. The Second Battle of Tarain, 1192, marked a turning point. Prithviraj was defeated, and this opened the gates for Turkish dominance in northern India. Turkish expansion, Ganga Valley, Bihar, and Bengal. After the victory at Tarain, the Turks rapidly expanded their control. They marched into the Ganga Valley, subjugating key cities like Delhi and Kannauj. Muhammad Ghori's generals, especially Qutb al-Din Aibak, played a pivotal role in consolidating these territories. By 1194, the Rajput king Jayachandra of Kannauj was defeated at Chandavar, further weakening local resistance. The conquest didn't stop there. Bihar and Bengal, under the rule of Palas and Senas, fell to the Turks by the early 1200s. This expansion marked the beginning of the Delhi Sultanate. Causes of the Rajput defeat. The Rajputs fought valiantly, but they lost due to several critical reasons. One, lack of unity. Rivalries between Rajput states made collective defense impossible. To outdated warfare, Rajputs relied heavily on traditional combat techniques, while the Turks used organized cavalry, archers, and superior military tactics. 3. Overconfidence. Rajput rulers underestimated the Turks, as seen in the First Battle of Tarain. 4. Centralized leadership of Turks. Muhammad Ghori and his generals had a unified chain of command, unlike the Rajput chiefs. Legacy and conclusion. The age of conflict reshaped Indian history. The Rajput kingdoms were weakened but not entirely wiped out. They continued to resist in regions like Mewar. However, the Turkish conquests laid the foundation for the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of Indo-Islamic culture. This era teaches us about the perils of division and the importance of adapting to change. Stay tuned for more historical explorations on the Sunana. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for educational content.